Hello, everybody. I'm here with a Singer uh, 15-88. I've been working on this quite a long time, off on my off time. I don't remember exactly how it came here. I think it from a customer that didn't want it no more. All she bring me was just a sewing machine. She didn't bring me a manual. I had to buy that myself. And she didn't bring me a plug-in or a pedal. Or she might have, and I might have sold it to somebody else, but I don't remember seeing a pedal. I had taken it to somebody that is professionally well known to me to rewire this for me because I just prefer not to try to rewire something that I personally don't like rewiring things. We'll say it that way. So she said she'd take care of it for me, and she got that taken care of. So I'm very happy about that. And she said, "You're on your own for everything else. I don't know how to do any of that stuff." She said, "This won't push down correctly." And I have it pushed down right now because that needed a new tire. The tire was too slick. Sometimes if they get oil on them, they won't run. So I put a new tire on it, roughed it up a little bit. Now I'm going to see if it runs. I did make a bobbin, but it wasn't running so great, and I had to readjust it again. So now I think I have it pushed up against that. And when you want to put a bobbin in, you want it to run from the back, and then you want to come over it right here into there, and then you take it up here and you put it in your bobbin, and then, like this, and you put it in your bobbin, right that, and then you push this down like that. Yeah, I think it's actually feeling better. And so I just had that left in there so I could show you. And I'm using all wooden spools because, it's an old machine. I think it should have a wooden spool. So I put this wooden spool on. And how do you thread this one is it comes from the back, and it comes to this little, I can't see if I can get this in there, little thing here. Then it comes down. It looks like a bunch of twist up wire. It comes down and around. It goes down. I'm trying to remember. It goes around this way and comes up and hooks into that little lever, and then has this pulley system. It's all set up. I had to redo the actual tension because somebody had it screwed on so tight it wasn't moving. So I had to take the whole thing off. Found out they oiled it. Never oil these. You oil them, they'll never work right, okay? Don't oil your tension. Stay away from the oil there. So I found that it had gobs of oil in it. I had cleaned it all out, and now it's working beautifully, okay? And then you come up this way and you take it to the uptake. This is uptake, which just pulls it through the machine, through the actual tension to give it the right tension it needs. Comes down this way. There's a little loop right here on the needle. And do I have a needle down? No, I actually have a needle up for once. And then through the needle, it's got to come this way. It's just like the 222s and the 221s. They all thread this direction. They don't thread this way, and they don't thread this way. They all come from the base of the machine into it this way, okay? A lot of people don't know that. I don't know how that came out. Let me put that back in. Oh, man. So I'm trying to get that back in there. I must have not cooked it all the way in. Just a second here. But a lot of people always ask me, it doesn't sew, it doesn't sew. Well, it's because they didn't thread it correctly, and they didn't put the needle in correctly. And I do have the book, and it shows you how to put the needle in correctly. It shows you how to thread it correctly, okay? So everything's in the book. It has so much in this book. It even has history in this book. It goes for the 1588 and 1590 or 89. So this is both sewing machines in one, okay? So this is how I know this is because I looked up this number, which is right here underneath this spool. Oh man, I don't know if you can see the number. Oh yeah, I gotta pick this guy up. I put this on here. It helps run the thread better. And that's the number I put through, and that's how I found out what year it was built. It was back in 1951, okay? And it was and what model it was. Even though my girlfriend helped me out a lot, and I really enjoy having her around. She does help me a lot with the Singers. And she said, well, I've never done really one like this, but I told her, well, it looks exactly like the 201s and the 200s because she collects those ones. And she said, oh, it does. It has the basic format. There is no belts on this. There's a push-pull system down below, and it has a gear drive box. See the gear drive box? And it's actually running this machine, okay? There's no thing after, these ones actually run a lot higher than the ones with the motor on the back and the belt, okay? So this one's going to go for a little bit more money. And this one's a bottom feed right down here. I'll show you the bottom feed. It's, I don't know if you can see that, bottom feed. And in the book, I think it explains all that too. Let me see if I can remember where it was at. No, let's see, right here. It talks about how to thread your, bobbin through. So all this is in large print. I asked for a large print book because I hate those little ones. I can barely read them myself. And it tells you how to put it in, how to bring the thread up through, which I did all this on here, okay? Then it has a light switch here, which turns it on. Everybody asks me, well, does it come with attachments? I can sell you attachments, but I don't add attachments. And this is not the original box. I found a box that actually fits it, so I put it in the box. I just have to fix the handle on the box, and then it will be ready for it to go. And I don't have an actual set price because I haven't sat down and figured it all out yet. And let's see. So I'm going to run this bobbin, even though it's going to run here. I want to see if this thing will turn. So right here, I want to see if this turns because I think I adjusted it right, but I'm not making another bobbin. It only comes with 2 bobbins. I have to go find another one for it that actually fits in the machine. So we're going to sit and listen to this. Oh yeah, it's running. Oh good. I was happy. Now we'll go this way. I'll show you if it's running. It sounds like it's running harsh right now. This is because I'm running the bobbin. Now you can fill a bobbin here and have this going at the same time as sewing, but you got to watch your bobbin so it don't get all tangled up in here, okay? Anyway, let's keep going. Like that. Now see here, watch. See, can you see it spinning? So it's actually working. So I got that working now. I'm happy about that. So that means I don't have to have that running on that anymore. Pop that back up. And now it should be quieter. Yeah, much quieter. And I even thought about keeping it, but I already have quite a few Singer sewing machines, the older versions that I enjoy. And I don't know if I would sell those ones, but I do have like 301A, and I have a 99 that I like too. So I don't know, but I'm thinking I'm just not going to keep this. I got too many as it is to keep. Like some old ones, and this is just a plain straight stitch sewing machine, and it has some really good stitching, and it's stitching fantastic on the bottom because I had to adjust the bottom one too. This is actually doing a 2-ply denim. It can do a 3-ply. I mean, I can show you that here in a minute, and it can do leather and pleather and vinyl, and it does all kinds of really nice things. You could do all kinds of things. You can't do like zippers. Well, you can do zippers. It's like, this is the actual zipper foot one. I don't know why it came with a zipper foot. You think it would come with a regular foot with a little opening of just an eye, but it doesn't. And I do have other ones. Everybody said, well, if you put attachments in it, then I'd buy it. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. If you want them, if you want the attachments, some of them are $3 and some are $8. It all depends which ones you want. So it runs beautifully. I'm just doing a bunch of little squares to show you. It hasn't messed up at all. It's doing really well. I have about 5 people interested in this. And I end up having, if I have to, and I put a set price and everybody's going to fight over it, I'm going to say, bid on it then. Tell me how much you would pay. And I don't know if I'd ship it. Prefer people to pick it up so I don't have to try to ship them. I don't really know how much they go for shipping because they're super heavy. And I would have to charge quite a bit to send it off because it's going to be over 75 pounds. I know that for a fact because I know it's so heavy. I would have to wrap it in bubble wrap. Now I'll show you how to reverse it. Main forward. So it's working. And okay, so let's go over a little bit more. This is the reverse. This is the little gauge that you can move it up so you can make it stop. But I don't usually use it. I prefer to move it where I want it to be. There's actually measurements on here. You cannot see them. I don't know if I can get close enough for you guys to see them. No, they're not coming in. But they are measurements. They're in slight gold. They're almost rubbed off from all the person that had used it. But the pattern's really neat. It's really gorgeous. It's still here. And it looks like it's been roughed up a little bit. I think it's been stuck in storage, but it's actually super smooth. I cleaned it as much as I could and got rid of the roughness. And in time, the more you use it, the more that gets more darker and everything. But right now, I mean, there's probably other things I could use on it, but I don't want to ruin the paint. I mean, the paint's already slightly gone. I mean, you can buy the decals, and I can look that up if you need to know that. But it's really cool. This book is really awesome. It has all kinds of information in it. I thought of copying, there's information on how to, set it up for different types of materials, and the needle that you need to use. You want to use a Singer basic needle. Actually, it's like a treadle needle, because this was a treadle at one time. So you use the plain needles. I mean, you can try to use the colored ones, but I don't recommend it because the needles will bend easy, and I don't want this thing to break. So other than that, it's in good condition. Now, the pedal I chose, because the pedal that's originally for these are so expensive, it'll make the machine 4 times more expensive if I buy it. And everybody says, well, what happens if I want to change it out? Well, you buy it and I'll change it out for you. But other than that, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to spend over $100 and some just to buy the original pedal. I'm not doing it. So I put on a generic, black pedal. It's a comfortable pedal. It's easy to, motivate. You can actually put like something on it to keep it from moving around, but it usually doesn't move around. It's really heavy duty, all steel. It's really an old-fashioned one. This is the ones that they used to use a lot of places. They have a hole here to put it as a knee one, so you can put it up and you put it in the machine itself, and then you have it on a knee, and then you push on it. But I don't use the knee part, so I just make it into a regular, thing. But it works great. So, I think it's great. So, but it's basically ready. I just want to let people know about it. I'm not going to discuss price. If you want to go to my Facebook for Jacqueline's Affordable Sewing Machine Care and look me up, and if you want to come and get it, I'm going to figure out the price and how much I spent into it. Haven't done that yet. I have to figure out how much I put into it and how much it's worth, and then my time. And I haven't done all that yet, but so whenever I get that all done, I will go ahead and add that price to it. But I haven't done that part yet. Unless somebody offers like $1,000, man, I ain't gonna hesitate. But if it's gonna be, but I need to at least get the money back and my time I put into it, and the time that the lady put into the wiring, because she's really good at doing these drives. I mean, that's what she really does. She doesn't really do anything else. I actually do treadle sewing machines, which I'm working on one right now, and I do the ones with the motors. Okay. Thinking about buying some, and I have some out there that don't have motors or even the treadle base, and I might turn into, what do they call them? It's right here. It's the hand operating kind. I found some nice, really cool cranks, and so I might just buy a few cranks. See, here's a crank. I'll show you what a crank looks like. So it cranks the machine, so that you can hand crank it instead of, using electricity or your foot power to get the thing moving. So, but I'm really happy that it's now turned out pretty nice and it's ready to go. I got 2 more sewing machines. I'm almost fully cleaned them up, and they're going to be going pretty soon too. A lot of Singers came in, a lot of them, and I'm trying to get rid of them. I got tons and tons of Singers. But this one is definitely going to go, and I'm excited. So hope the person gets it. It's going to be excited to use it. They can be able to sew just about anything on it. They're little workhorses, and I love them. These are the kind of Singers I love to work on because they're so easy to work with. You don't have much to have to worry about. You just have to get rid of the rust and, clean them up. I tear them apart all the way down to nothing, especially on the treadle sewing machines. I literally tear them all the way apart, soak parts in the oil, and then wipe the oil back off and stick them back together. And people are looking at me all the time, how do you get them apart? Well, it takes time. I mean, I took a treadle all the way down to nothing. Even had it in huge pans of oil, waiting for the oil to dissolve all that rust, and then I can clean it up. And this one lady kept saying, when are you going to be done with my machine? When are you going to be done? About a month and a half, I was completely finished, and the machine ran just like it was brand spanking new. And she said, I'm so sorry for nagging you. I told her, you don't need a nag. I'll get the work done. It just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I wish it would. I wish it would just go zap and you're done. People say, well, buy the Rust-Oleum stuff. Well, I don't want to damage the machine. I want to make the machine run. And the oil I use actually cleans the machine and oils it at the same time. And I had to grease it and all that kind of stuff. So I had to buy new grease. But I'm so excited on how it really sews, and it's got wide stitching. I mean, I put on the widest stitching. I mean, you can go as fine, and it even has, like, if you decide you want attachments, it has an attachment part. And if you just bring this back, the book, and we can match up the attachments I have. I mean, I have quite a few of these that will actually work. So it's an instruction part of this, and it talks about the different types of different ones. And I have all these. I mean, I have them all from all these treadle sewing machines that come in all the time that people don't want. And they give me the attachments, so I have them. I mean, especially this guy. Now, this one will go for, like, well, it depends which one it is. But this one here, it's a low shank, which is like $8. I have ones that are slanted shanks for these machines, and they're a little bit more expensive. What I do is I don't sell them for what everybody else is selling them for $14 for this one. And then there's the slanted ones go for even more, and I make them about $10, $15, somewhere around there. But this one here, they're selling, everywhere I see them online, they're selling for $14. And I'm only selling it for half the price, because I just get them for free, and I just want to make a little money that goes back to my garden. Now, just so that everybody know, my channel is not really about sewing machines. I just did this for customers. So I sell my sewing machines and show people what I'm going to sell. And then when they sell, when they're sold, in the description I'll write sold. So if you want the sewing machine, it'll be gone in no time. And so I don't want you to freak out and all that, but you never know what's going to come in. And so my sewing machines, anything I do on my blog itself, what I do is more for my garden and my chickens. My garden of chickens. My duck is probably going to have to go away, because I really don't want to do ducks anymore. I mean, I really like her. I love her a lot, but she needs to go to a farm that has ducks. But anyway, all the work I do on sewing machines and help people with their sewing machines, all that money goes back to the garden. I don't really get any of it. It goes toward the chickens and helps the chickens. Pay some of the bills that cost me to actually get this thing running again. But other than that, I'm a hobbyist. That's what I do. My channel, though, it might turn into a business eventually, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about helping. I want to help. Anyway, have a blessed day. Keep following, keep subscribing, and ask questions. I mean, you might ask questions. You might have one of these and ask me questions. You don't know what to do. And if you want a book, I got this one on Etsy. This lady makes them. And she's really well known. She actually published a book. But she sits there and blows them up and redoes them on her computer and then resells them. A lot of people say, well, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, you can. If you can blow them up and resell them, you're not making much of a profit. All she's making is the money back what she puts into them. So I'm real happy about that. I mean, she makes them look so like a professional book. And I buy a lot of books from her. So, you know, she's always saying, oh, you're back. I am back. I enjoy your books, and I need another one for another sewing machine. And if she doesn't have it on there, just contact her, and she might even have it. So, anyway, just have a blessed day. And I just can't believe I got this one done. I got more to do, and I have more to fix for other people. So I'll be on the channel every so often. So give me some time, and I'll have another sewing machine up and running and be able to show it to you. Okay. Well, have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.